Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today, and I'm actually quite nervous to be here to look at the actual numbers for the fourth week of March. Today is weekly check-in day, and I am going to go over the numbers and see how far over budget I am in my spending categories, because we had such an influx of income come in, sources, that we got excited and we just started spending. So we purposely went over budget. We had the cash. There is no debt. I've actually already closed out and paid the credit card, anything we put on the credit card this month before the 24th, which is when the cycle begins for the new month. Anytime I have a payment due, if I did let it run month to month, it was always on the 24th. So Visa's been taken care of, and now we're going to jump in and do the weekly check-in. Today is the 25th of March. I am done shopping for today. I am committed not to spending more money today. I went shopping this morning, and this is going on almost afternoon right now. So I have no plans and no time to shop for the rest of the day. So let's dive in and take a look at what our weekly check-in is looking like. First thing I want to do is, this is the weekly check-in spread, but I'm going to flip over to my transactions. So these are all my transactions. Look, holy moly, almost every day has something. I had one no spend day, and yeah, I had one no spend day. That was it. And the week before I had zero spend days. So every day I was spending, and as you see, there's multiple transactions in almost every day. And actually we're including Thursday. I normally started on Friday, but because the 17th is when we got our stimulus check, I closed out the weekly check in there because I knew I was going to be spending a lot more, and decided to start it here. So we're going from Thursday to Thursday. Normally it's Friday to Thursday, but I just added that day to it, and that is fine. So much to do, so much going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom you guys in. We're going to take a look at these numbers, and you're going to see exactly how things went for this week in March, and how getting extra income kind of tickles your fancy and gets you to spend a little extra money that you weren't planning on. So let's check and see how well we did. Okay, I am back. So as usual, here's the key that I have for my 4 spending categories plus an unbudgeted category. I use highlighters to highlight in the corners of each of the expense stickers. I like using the same color expense stickers, but just highlighting these little corners here. I might change that up now that I've got the new cutting machine. I think I can cut expense stickers a little bit better, and I might standardize these colors and just have the expense stickers in different colors. So I haven't decided yet. I really like this way, but I also kind of want to try the other way, so we'll see. Grocery household is in pink, restaurants is in blue, miscellaneous is in green, purple is gasoline, and this style of budgeting sticker that's very small was part of an oops package I had, so I decided to use that up, and it was I designated it for unbudgeted, so it stands out a little different. So let's go ahead and move everything down so you can see starting the 18th, and hopefully I can remember to check everything off as I go. I'm looking for my long sticky pad. So what I typically do is, here we go, I need to get some more of these. I write down and start with grocery household. So I just put GH right here for short. And I look for all the pinks, and I go through all the days, and I list the amounts, and then I total them up, and I do it all the way down. And then I flip the page and go to my weekly check-in. I don't like going back and forth. So let's get started. The first thing I have that was pink for grocery household is $10.75. Some of this I'm not going to remember what I spent. But I do know it was Walmart, and it was just a couple items that we needed that I think Food Lion did not have. So I tend to use those 2 stores the most often. And Food Lion, I rounded up. I still include it in grocery household, but I rounded it up 80 cents or something like that for Feed the Hungry that they do. I always, anytime there's some kind of charity or some kind of organization tied to one of the grocery stores or restaurants and they say, would you like to round it up or would you like to buy a $5 box or whatever? I tend to do that frequently, but I keep it, I don't separate it from the grocery household budget. I just include it in these numbers because, you know, I don't want to track 80 cents somewhere else. So that's what I do there. Let's see, Food Lion again here for $40.33. Now this Walmart, I actually split. I went to a big Walmart, which I typically don't do. I do either Walmart Grocery Marketplace and buy all my groceries there, or Food Lion. But this time we were at the big Walmart for, you know, miscellaneous items, but I went ahead and picked up some groceries too, and it was enough to split. So this time, this Walmart up here, and I mark it with split right there to remind myself when I see the transaction, it's this number plus this number at the bank. In my transaction logs, it's not going to look like it. It's going to be separated. So, which is why I don't like separating most of my receipts, because they don't match the bank because I've split them up. So there's that. Let's see, what else have we got here? I forgot to mark one. Oh no. Oh, let me check these off as I go. Alrighty. So, and I forgot to highlight this Taco Bell over here. Oh, silly me. There we go. Now it's done. All right, so the next thing I have is over here. Let me slide this a little bit. I've got these lamps kind of in the middle of all this, so I can't get my book in the right place. Here I have $22.90, and also have a $46.04. And then I have a HelloFresh, which I include my grocery budget, which is $63.28. And then Dollar General. What I got there are things I normally would have bought at the grocery store. It's just here. It's just a few items. It's just random stuff. $6.73. And then the last one I got was this morning for $47.62. There was a specific dinner recipe, and I didn't have all the items, so I wanted to go ahead and get all the stuff. So I'm going to get my calculator, which I have right here, and we are going to add all this up. Oh my. So I will be right back. Okay, so we have $357.94 in grocery household. That's a lot. I really spent a lot. Just a lot of random. And I can't remember what I spent it on. So luckily with the Walmart, I actually use Walmart, what is it called? Walmart Pay. So it's attached to my debit card, and I can go back and specifically see pictures of the items I purchased. So I might go back and take a look and see, what did I spend that wasn't, I don't know, I shouldn't have spent on, and analyze from there. But I do know I bought extra groceries for future stuff. Like today I bought 2 Prego jars. Those, they didn't have the big giant one, so I bought 2 of the smaller plastic jars. And those 2 jars will last me, because my kids eat spaghetti at least twice a week. That'll last me for a month. So I buy a little bit in bulk in my pantry staples, but not in my meats. So a lot of times that adds up pretty quick. So the next thing I have is restaurants. So restaurants starts with McDonald's. We rarely go to McDonald's, but my husband was on base. We live near Naval Station Norfolk. That's where he has to go sometimes to work, and as a contractor for the Navy. So he was on base, he ate lunch on base, and that was just what was nearby. And Papa John's on Friday nights. We got extras, so it was pretty high. The kids liked it. Didn't like the movie night, but they liked the Papa John's. So I'll have to find a better movie to watch. Let's see. Why Not had $29.31. I just could not cook that night. Things just went terribly wrong. Even after buying all these groceries, I was like, man. Taco Bell. We were out and about, so That was what we found close to us. Move my calculator. And what else have we got here? Oh, Taco Bell's my favorite. I think my husband left me alone and I went back to Taco Bell the next day. Let's see. Chick-fil-A. I've been going to Chick-fil-A for breakfast. There is a Walmart next to a Chick-fil-A, which is very common, at least around here. If there's a Walmart, there's Chick-fil-A next door. And I went ahead and got breakfast because I would drop my son off at school at 8:40 and go to Walmart and grab breakfast and come home. Took my husband to Simple Greek yesterday for a little Greek lunch. It was pretty good. And I went again this morning. So I love my Chick-fil-A. It's just yummy. 6:23 there. Alrighty. And that is all the Chick-fil-A's and all the eating out we did this past week. Got them all checked off. So let's total this amount. 6. So I will be right back. All right, so we have here $152.62 for restaurants. And wow, obviously I have spent a lot this week because I usually can get all 3 categories in one sticky note. I'm not going to be able to do that today, so I'm going to have 2 sticky notes. We'll pull this off. Let's lay it off to the side here for a second, and then we're going to do miscellaneous on this one, and we'll have everything written down. So let's come back over here. So miscellaneous. My husband needed a new phone case because he bought a phone. We buy $1,100 phones, and we spend $11.65 on a phone case from Amazon. Just like, oh my gosh, that's just silly. That's $11.65. And then I purchased some digital papers on Etsy, which were pretty awesome. They're for my May and July designs. I haven't figured out June yet, but I will have that for these designs at the top of my sheets, and I absolutely love them. And excited to get into them and excited to make stickers out of them. So Etsy. And then I have Walmart here for $77. So when I split a receipt, I take the total and then I round up all the items that I purchased. So if it was $3.89 or $3.98 or whatever, I rounded up to $4. And so when I looked down the list and saw all the miscellaneous stuff and rounded it up, I just come up with a whole number. I subtract it from the actual number of what we spent, which was over $120 and some change, and that's where I get the difference in how I split my receipts. I don't mess with the tax. I don't mess with to the penny. That's the only place I really round things up, and that works for me. So, oh, I forgot to mark these. I think everything else, yeah. So, and I did not mark my groceries. What is wrong with me today? I just not marking stuff well. All right, now I can move on. So over here, if I can get it on camera, let's see, another Amazon. So I bought my son, my youngest son, a pair of shorts, and they didn't fit the way he liked. But I said to my oldest son, and they're not the same size. Like one is only like 5'5.5", and the other one's like 6'1". But in the waist and then the legs for shorts, they're pretty much the same size. So I gave it to my other son. I said, try these on. He goes, they fit great, Mom. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh goodness. So $202.03 for Amazon purchase with the portrait silhouette. Very happy about that. The Kindle, I bought a book. And that was $6.64. I like faith books that are kind of self-help when you're dealing and struggling with something. And I'm really into Lisa Tierkirst right now. And she has some amazing stuff. She's been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and difficult times, and she has great insight on, you know, walking that out with God. So that's what I'm trying to get wisdom from. So she found one of her books, and it was on sale or is at a low price on Kindle, and so that was what I did there. So that is my miscellaneous for all of this that we spent. So let me total this up. Okay, so it's $327.33. So there is that. And then gas. I do have gasoline charge for the Navy Exchange fuel, where my husband was on base and got more gas, which is usually cheaper than out in town, but not by much, like a few pennies. And the only thing I have left is unbudgeted. And that was this right here. That's called Kuru, K-U-R-U, and they're shoes. My husband purchased them. They're $143.11. They're supposed to help people with fallen arches and plantar fasciitis. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a foot problem. And with my husband, 20 years of service, standing watch, and standing on his feet for many hours in horrible boots, because you only get one option in what kind of boots you can wear. They aren't best for your feet, and his feet are in so much pain all the time, and he has to wear special socks now. And we found these boots or shoes online that are supposed to help with that. So he bought a pair to try, and we're just going to see if they help. And if they do, we'll probably get a series of them so he has proper footwear. There's only so much you can do with plantar fasciitis. It's a lot of stretching and icing and working and stretching that area of your foot. So hopefully that helped. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So anyways, let me go ahead and change all the stuff, and then we'll get into the weekly check-in. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here's my weekly check-in. This is the top part of it. I'm just going to scroll down or move my paper so you can see everything that was going on. And now we're in week 4. So let's close out. Let's close out week 4 and see how much damage we did. So starting with grocery household, we spent in actuals $357.94. Restaurants, we spent $152.62. And then let's see here, take that off. Miscellaneous, we spent $327.33, and gas we spent $31.85, and unbudgeted, which I don't budget for, is $143.11. I pray those shoes really do help my husband because he is in a lot of pain. I don't total the unbudgeted with everything else, just the planned spending. So let me go ahead and get my calculator here and total that up. All right, wow. That's all I planned was $232. I spent $869. Oh, what's wrong with me? Had a good time, I guess. So when you get stimulus money and when you get tax returns and you relax and just, if you feel like spending, you just spend and don't think about it, guess what? You overspend by a lot. And that's what happened here. Not that we regret any of it. We don't. We're okay with it. We intentionally understood that's what was going on. And every once in a while, it's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is come up with the difference. And the reason I carry over the difference is because I want to know for the month how much I'm over. So I keep carrying the balances over. I gave myself 118, which I knew would not be enough, 32. And then I subtract this 357.94. And there we go. Need my red pen pretty much for the rest of this. So, except for gas. I am over by $239.62. Now, let's look at restaurants. I gave myself $74.94. Could I have kept it in that budget? Possibly. Did I? No. I doubled it. So minus the 152.62. All right, so that's a negative 77.68. All right, so I was already negative when I started my miscellaneous, and then I went really negative. So, oh Lord. So 108.57 negative minus the 327.33. And so I'm over budget by $400 here. 43590. There we go. And then the only thing I'm not over budget is the gasoline. I gave myself $39.46 minus the $31.85. Did I do that right? Yeah. So that gives me a total of $7.61. So I'm going to do these two numbers, 232.72, and I'm going to subtract the 869.74. Oh, I did that wrong. Sorry. I did it wrong again. 232.72 minus 869. Okay, so this is showing a negative $637.02. So let's see if I'm right. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it is. So I'm going to start here at the bottom and then go up and see if I can get a different total, because I don't think I did the numbers right. $7.61 minus the 239.62 minus the 77.68 minus the 435.90, because these numbers are correct. Okay, so I wrote the wrong numbers down, or I typed the wrong numbers in. Human error. Sorry about that. All right, $745.59. But these numbers going across aren't right. Okay, now that I've adjusted this number, I need to adjust this because I really should have included that negative in the total, and I did not last week. So I'm going to take this number out because that's what's throwing me off. And I've never really had a negative number in the budget column, so that's why I wasn't sure which way to go or how to write it up last week. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to total this up with that negative. So 118.32 plus the 74.94 minus the 108.57 plus the 39.46. And that gives me, yeah, that's going to be better. So I really only had $124.15 to budget with, and then you subtract the 869.74, and then voila, you get the same going across as you do down, and that's what I was looking for. So yeah, we're $745 in the hole, but that's okay. I'm giving myself grace because, you know, we had some extra money and I left enough money in the buffer to cover it. And then some. I think I left quite a bit of money. So I'm pulling off my other half of my weekly check-in, and we're going to set up next week's budget. So next week's budget with the adjusted numbers is these ending numbers right here. Plus whatever I budgeted for week 5 over here. So they're going to adjust, and that'll be the new starting budget here on the weekly check-in. So let's see, I'm going to push this off to the side. Or no, I kind of like it on screen like that. And then we'll just have this like this. So it'll be kind of weird. They're not lined up right, but that's okay. Okay, got my calculator ready, got my categories written. Actually forgot one category. Unbudgeted. Okay, and so What I had for grocery household for this week 5 was $200. And obviously you see over here that I have a negative $239.62. Now most of this is going to be in red, and that's okay. I just want an accurate account of how my over budget is going to be for the month. So this would be negative $39.62. So I'm going to carry that over. Restaurants, I'm adding $130. So I actually have a positive number there. So I'm going to take the $130. I'm going to subtract the $77.68 I have right here. Oops, wrong number. 130 minus 77.68. There we go. And that gives us $52.32 as our new budget going into the last week of March. Man, these weeks fly by when you do all these calculations. Oh. So miscellaneous down here says 110, and obviously that's not even going to be a drop in the bucket for this. So 110 minus $435.90, and that just gives us a negative $325.90. And okay. Gasoline, we're in the positive, so that's okay. Gasoline is $50, and I still have $7.61. This will probably be absorbed in the rest of the budget at the end of the month. I don't think we're going to need any gas, but just in case we are, I have that available. I never budget for unbudgeted, so I'm going to leave that at 0. And let's total. It's going to be a high negative number. I can see that already. So I'm going to take the two positives and then subtract out the negatives. So I have $57.61 plus the $52.32 minus the $39.62 and minus the $325.90. So that's going to give us a negative balance going into next week of $255.59. I've never, ever had a negative budget for my weekly check-in going into the next week. So that's new for me, but that's okay. So right now, as of today, without spending any more money, we have gone over budget in these areas total. And if you total this number up down here, my spending categories total up to be $2,650.00. So I'm already $255.59 over budget the $26.50 I planned for the month. You'd think that would last. Not in my family. So anyways, I'm going to zoom you guys out and we'll close out this video. Here we are in all the mess of its glory. Negative for my budget going into week 5 and negative for the month. But again, we had our stimulus, which was $5,600. We had over $2,000 in tax and federal tax, and over $1,000 in state tax return. So we just had some extra cash, and we just kind of splurged, and just gave us a week of not really caring how we spent, what we spent. I mean, carrying on some like shoes and things like that were important, but you just buying extra stuff and groceries that probably could have waited till next month. Things like that. So that happens. Give yourself the freedom to do that every once in a while when you have the actual cash to do that. But that keeps you from feeling like you're weary of saving money and weary of worrying about money and keeping it within confined budget restrictions. Giving yourself that freedom every once in a while really does make a big difference. So we just allowed it, and we're okay, because you're going to get to see when we do our sinking funds closeout and savings transactions. You're going to see where the extra money of all that bulk went, and most of it went into savings. We're saving for a vacation fund. We're saving for our emergency fund, saving towards travel expense. My husband has some traveling coming up, hopefully. At least there's rumors that they're going to be. And for our future. So yeah, so check back with us next time in our next video next week. I always have a video every Friday or Saturday or both, weekly check-in, mid-weeks and stuff like mid-months and stuff. And then in the middle of the week on Wednesdays, I have a faith video. But when it comes to wrapping up at the end of the month, so I do them back to back to back. So you'll have several videos coming back up. It'll be my last Every Dollar video. I'm going to start doing an Excel spreadsheet and show you how you can do all of this simply in Excel. And if you don't want to do a paid app, but you have an Excel or any kind of spreadsheet document or spreadsheet for your computer, easy way of doing it. And I'm going to show that coming up in a new series. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. And I hope you have an amazing and blessed day. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.